The Maintenance Act, Part 3, Obligation of Parties on Termination of Cohabitation. Section 6, Maintenance after termination of cohabitation. So remember, cohabitation means you're living together for 5 years or more, but you are not married. Subsection 1. In the case of cohabiting parties and subject to the provisions of this section, after the termination of cohabitation, each spouse has an obligation, so far as he or she is capable, to maintain the other spouse to the extent that such maintenance is necessary to meet the reasonable needs of the other spouse, where the other spouse cannot practicably meet the whole or any part of those needs having regards to the circumstances in section 14, subsection 4, and any other circumstances in which, in the opinion of the court, the justice of the case requires to be taken into account. So subsection 1 is similar to the case where the couple was married. 2. Subsection 2. An application for maintenance upon the termination of cohabitation may be made within 12 months after such termination, and the court may make a maintenance order in accordance with part 6 in respect of the application. 3. Subsection 3. Where a court acts under subsection 2. Alright, so these are some provisions where a court acts under subsection 2. A. The provisions of section 5 shall apply with the necessary modification. The provisions of section 5, we'll come back to this, section 5. Alright, so all the provisions on the maintenance spouse, all these provisions will apply, but adjustment might be made given that the couple was cohabiting and not married. B. Any other circumstances which, in the opinion of the court, the judge of the case requires to be taken into account. So remember now, this maintenance order must be made within 12 months after the couple is no longer, or the couple terminates their cohabitation. So we have alright, so here part B, where the court acts under subsection 2, the court shall, as far as practicable, make such orders as will finally determine the financial relationship of the parties and avoid further proceedings between them. So make such orders as will finally determine the financial relationship of the parties and avoid further proceedings between them. Well, this is kind of technical, but it sounds as if they will make the order up to a certain date, and then after that date there will be no further orders made. as far make the such order as will finally determine the financial relationship of the parties and avoid further proceedings between them. Alright. Section 7. Effect of entering into new marriage or cohabitation. So no. It looks as if an order is in place, but then one person gets married or go into cohabitation with somebody else. Let's see. Subsection 1. A person shall not be liable to maintain another person under section 6 if the other person marries someone else or is cohabiting with someone else. And 2, subsection 2, in any case where subsection 1 applies, any order made under section 6 shall cease to have effect. Alright, or is cohabiting with someone else. It says, and is cohabiting with someone else. But cohabiting, let's look back at the definitions here. Cohabit means to live together in a conjugal relationship outside of marriage. So in that case, if you're living with somebody for 5 years or more, the court says you must maintain that person for the next 6 months. But then 1 month after that order is made, you found out that that person is living in a house with somebody else. Based on what this is saying, you can go to the court to cancel that order because that person is living with somebody else. If that person gets married or lives with somebody else, then, but I guess how there would have to be a situation there where the court would have to have evidence that that person is living with somebody else if they refuse to say that they are really living with somebody else. Alright, anyway. Here now. Maintenance, part 4. Obligation of parents and grandparents. So we'll look at that in a different video.